Hey, it is Janice Lamb, Everyday Chaos. Welcome. It's been a minute. My whole family was sick for a whole week, and I'm still congested, and it's annoying. And honestly, it kind of felt like COVID. So, it's been a minute since we talked about documentary stuff, and if you're following along, we're actually going to kind of shift back to the very beginning of when I started the documentaries, because we're at a weird place again. And we're going to talk about it because you know what? No one really ever talks about it when they're going through it. And we're going to do that. So we've also been prepping for a funeral. My grandmother has passed away, and we're doing the funeral at my house. And so we're kind of trying to prep for that. But I'm also prepping my deck and stuff and repainting the house before winter hits. Trying to get more life out of the deck we already have before we can have to, replace wood eventually later. Which I did film and was doing the whole 1 hour a day thing. It was the challenge of if you have hobbies and other things that need to get done, you just got to do, 1 hour a day. And I'm trying to put that to the test. And yeah, it can get done. And you just dedicate 1 hour a day to whatever it is that was extracurricular, after your crazy work day, after your hectic day, the things that you want to do for you, okay? And sometimes the projects that just have to get done around the house, And then the goal is of doing 1 hour a day, eventually it's done. And then you can move on and it's finished. And it was accomplished and you did it. Because the point is about choosing to make the time. And a lot of times we are stuck on the idea that time is real, okay? It's kind of an illusion. Yes, we kind of have to be on it within this world. If you are looking at the concepts of to be in this world, but not of this world, okay? So time is kind of not really existent, yet here, planet Earth, we go by time. You have to be on time to go to your job. You have to take medicines on time. But other than that, you are actually very much in control of time, of how you're going to spend your 24 hours of your day. Okay? Even working out, all of those goals, yes, they can be done. And before anyone wants to go and attack me about a couple of things that I'm talking about, and then what I'm going to bring up soon, before they come and start saying, well, in a perfect world, and I've said this before in another video, it's up to us to choose to make the world perfect. You have the power in your choice. So what are you choosing? Anyways, so amongst all this prepping for the funeral and before winter hits and snow takes down my deck because it's not treated properly, and yeah, so amongst all that, we're also trying to go to therapy and work on us. And we haven't gone to therapy one more time as a couple, and then I was going to do it again just myself, because we've gone both as a couple once and then on our own once, but then I had to cancel it because I got sick. But she also was sick, so it worked out, but now I have to reschedule, Anyways, there's an event we're going to talk about. And I definitely need therapy because of what happened, and it triggered me, and I got real stiff. I literally just was stiff as a board, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, so we went to a concert recently. We're prepping all this stuff, and we finally were able to take a break for ourselves, and my mom came and watched so that she can do Levi's medicine time at 5 a.m. So, we go to this concert. It's over in Sparks. It's Walker Hayes and Levi Hammond, and I forgot the girl that was singing. She was really good too. It was good. Don't get me wrong, it was all good. The setting, it was seats and they're real tight together. This kind of setting is probably best. It was over at the GSR. It was probably better for comedians. Like if you wanted to go to a comedian show, that kind of seating would be great for that. Like if you want to do a concert, go to Night of the Country. That's worth it. And if you do that, by the way, big tip, definitely go camping when you go to the Night of the Country, because then you can like take a break and, you know, since you're not really getting buzzed off the drinks that they sell, you can go to your trailer and you can drink your good stuff and get a break from the energies, and then come back and then, you know, recharge and then go back out there. You know, definitely the better way to go. That's definitely better for concerts in any kind of concert setting, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So let's talk about what happened during the concert. And this is something I admittedly definitely need therapy tools for, because I got super triggered, and it's the triggers that I need help with, and I definitely need help with that. So like I said, the seating is like, we're tight, okay, and we're sitting next to other people. I don't know these people, and listen, in general, I'm not really a PDA kind of a person. Holding hands, yes. A peck on the cheek or the lips, yes. Shoulder holding, hands on the hips, yes. I am not the kind of PDA for groping my boob, groping my cooch in front of people, grabbing my butt so hard that I jump and it hurts. I'm not cool with those. That's not the kind of PDA that's appropriate, and especially not in front of children, by the way. That's just my opinion. It like actually really just gives me the ick when it happens. So anyways, we're like super close, sitting super close to each other, and that's fine, right? But I'm also next to a stranger that I don't know, and it's dark in there, right? But it's not like you got the stage lights shining on ya. They're like super bright. You can see all the details of your neighbor right here holding hands practically. And it's like so tight in there that like you can't actually stand up in these seats. Like you can, but you're gonna like block the view of the people behind you, and that sucks for them, and then they can't see the show. And half the time you're so far back that you're watching the show on the screen anyways. Like I could do this at home, and like don't get me wrong, I have fun, but we're so close, right? And he puts his hand on my knee, and I'm wearing this really short dress, super cute, really short dress, and he's got his hand on my knee, and that's great, that's fine, love it. And then it creeps in, go a little higher, and then right, trying, you know, and they can see, okay, like no. So now I'm triggered, and now I'm like stiff as a board. I couldn't relax the whole freaking time. I couldn't even relax. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The truth is, especially when you have special needs kid, and the whole part of keeping him alive is that it has a lot to do with preventative care, and I'm not there to prevent the things from happening. So I'm already on edge, and I can't relax because of the gift that I have. I can do it, but no one else can, other than, you know, the doctor that recommended me doing the Ayurvedic medicine stuff. So like I'm super on edge, okay, and I can't, it's not like I can prevent anything, so I'm already having a hard time not thinking about that. Okay, and now you're trying to dip, and you know, okay, we've been married for 14 years, you know I don't like it. I've told you 1,000 million times, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, when it goes too far like that. There's a time and a place. That's a sacred, special thing between me and you. No one else's eyes should see it. So now I'm like super uncomfortable, and I'm trying to not be, but my body language is totally telling the entire world that I'm uncomfortable, and it's super obvious, okay? And so we get up, we go get a drink, come back, and I'm still like on edge. I can't even like really truly enjoy this concert, because now I'm beating myself up for having a trigger. And it wouldn't even started if you didn't do the thing that you already know I don't like. So then eventually he grabs my hand and he notices that I still don't have our wedding ring on. So if you go back to the beginning documentaries, when I first started the documentaries, we go over something that happened. Okay, now 2 days after he told me the stuff, he had a shit day at work. His stepdaughter, my daughter, kind of gave him some shit, kind of a really harsh text because she was upset, and because he's always just on her about her grades, and so she was upset, and she sent him this long text message of like how upset she is that he doesn't see her as anything other than her grades, and like she just feels really unloved and all that stuff. So she's like digging into him. So he did the thing that, you know, put us in the position of needing therapy in the first place. Okay, and those images I will never be able to get out of my head. And then he had a shit day at work, and then he got that text from his daughter. So he decided that what he was going to do about it was take off his wedding ring and go party down at the river with the people who the girl who threw the beer can at my head and insisted not taking me to a hospital. He's going to go party with them with a bunch of half-naked women, take his ring off, and go play single. And then on a whim, 4 months later, okay, because he told me all that stuff, and that all that happened 2 days before Mother's Day. And 4 months later, on a whim, you decide, and only 2 therapy sessions in, that you're going to go put your ring back on, and I definitely should too. Right now, I definitely need therapy, and I'm not putting that ring back on until I have the tools to retrust myself to make decisions anymore. Not joking. I'm not joking, because so far you showed me that I'm kind of crappy at making decisions. And I'm not going to just put it on because you want me to. After what you did. A second time. You don't get to dictate and determine when I get over something. And I'm not putting it on to punish you, but I'm not going to put it on to make sure you understand how serious I am about this. So if it's not serious to you, you really need to think about that and make your own decision on that. Because if I'm not worth it to you to have a little pushback because of what you caused, then we have to talk to the therapist about some other stuff. You know what I mean? That's my perspective on it. I'm allowed to have my perspective on it. I'm not going to put it on until I know for sure that you're doing the work that you say you're doing, because so far you're not. And I'm not going to just do that on a whim, because you showed me that this ring means something different to you than it does to me. So I'm getting the cold shoulder the last 3 days because of it. So he's doing the silent treatment, and that's not going to help this situation, right? And I'm not going to mention it. I'm not mentioning it to him. I'm not trying to like nag. I'm just trying to like give him his space, and like when he's ready to talk about it and bring up the whole ringing thing. But I know that's why I'm getting the cold shoulder, because he had talked about it, and he's noticed that I still have not, even though he mentioned it. You know what I mean? And so he's been like cold. So I know that that's what's up. Like, sweetheart, I can feel your energy and I know what it is. just so you know. So just, it's part of communication that you said you'd be working on. So I'm not going to sit there and push, because that could drive him away, right? And that doesn't help the situation. So whenever he's ready to talk about it, I'm all ears, right? And I'll tell him exactly how I said it on here. But that's kind of messed up for you to want to put a time limit on pain that you caused. And there was a thing that I had asked once before, and I'll remind you of it again, is would I have gotten as many chances if it were in reverse that I gave you? Does it make me dumb? Does it make me naive? These are all things that I have to question myself. And I have my own morale. And just because someone else might do something doesn't mean that I have to stoop low and ruin my own morals and my own moral code. But I also don't have to sit here and feel it the way that I've been feeling it and be all like, woe is me about it, right? And be sad. Like, it's kind of silly to actually need to be sad about it, because it is what it is. You change, you grow, you go through different things. That's life. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to not always want to do the same thing. And I've actually come to a conclusion about the whole concert thing and party things. I just don't think that stuff's fun. Like, fun to me is being brave and getting on my damn dirt bike that I still have kind of put off. Fun to me is doing the concert, but like the camping way that I had mentioned, because honestly that would be better. Like, I love camping. Camping's great. Kids love camping. I love everything that has to do with family oriented stuff, because it takes two with these kids, and you're parents for life. Okay, you're not just parents until they're 18 and they move out. You're parents for life, and you're supposed to be instilling in them that they can come to you and you're going to catch them no matter what happens. Like, my house will always be an open door for our children. If something happens, they should know that they can come home. They're having a bad marriage, come home. You got a bad job, come home. You got a bad situation, whatever's going on, come home. We'll figure it out. It'll be alright. You can start over here. Because I'm always home to you. I'm your mom. That's what I'm supposed to be. Definitely though, definitely still want my therapy sessions. Definitely still need to work stuff out couple therapy wise, and have actual tools. But it doesn't help if we're not going. It can't. So we're like kind of stuck in limbo, and it is awkward. But here's the thing: you took these vows, right? And those vows mean something. Yes? Otherwise, why did you do it? Dating, you can totally just walk away. Not marriage. You took vows for a reason. And it wasn't about how much abuse can you handle. We're not always perfect. There's stuff, even from childhood, that we should work on, which is also why therapy can be so important and helpful. Because then you can have your own tools to work on yourself as an individual, and then come together as a team and work on these things. But then then there's this question too, though. But how long do you stay until you realize that maybe I'm hindering their growth, because maybe they have other life lessons they need to learn, and they can't learn them with me in their life or something? Because there's that kind of side too, and that's what also makes things confusing and hard and scary. And generally not having an actual plan, but like having a plan, but not really. Like, there's more to it than just these YouTube channels and my stuff that I'm trying to do, and the bakery thing that I'm trying to do. But I got a little stopped because I'm like, crap, I also have to have insurance for that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And you get to a point where you're just like, all this because I didn't want to have to owe money on like an investor to actually do the thing that I'm actually trying to do. So I wanted to earn the money to do the thing that I want to try to do on my own and not have to be in more debt, because it's freaking stupid being in debt. And so I had this idea of like YouTube and selling stuff at the store, and then, oh, let's bake things too. Let's just do it all these things. And then I can get the money to buy the land and the certificates that I need. And then I can start actually healing people and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And so it's like, just trying to work on my goal, okay? I'm like super focused on it, and I don't understand why you can't support me in being a cheerleader about it. It's like I'm not allowed to do anything even when I'm called to be doing that, because that means it takes away attention from you. But you do always get the attention anyways, so it doesn't make sense. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I just wish that you would talk to me. Like, guys, I'm gonna give you a little hint. The tip is communication. We're talkers. We like to talk. But not just like about compliments. Like, talk to me about actual things. Silly things, weird things, random thought of the day things. Like, you know me, right? So talk about stuff that you know, right? Like, you do know me, right? It's questionable now. But also this. We're different, right? We're all different. Guys like more physical touch. That's how they feel and express love the best. And the way we do it is in the things that we do for you, little things, like we remember what your favorite thing is. Which, funnily, I'm going to bring this up. Because last time I checked, I make sure I get your kind of brand of monster. And 14 years of marriage, though you're not a coffee drinker, I'm not a monster drinker. I think they're nasty. It tastes like dinosaur piss. Okay, and so like, I still get your brand because you matter to me, right? And I know your brand, right? And even though you don't drink coffee, 14 years of me drinking coffee around you, you know what brand I drink. And I definitely do not get zero sugar. It's disgusting. It makes my coffee taste like shit. Okay? So, 14 years, and you should know that. So, I'm not going to bring it up to you in person. If you happen to watch these videos, you happen to watch them. I know that you don't, so I'm not worried. Wouldn't be worried if you were watching them. But here's the thing. I'm going to make sure to get you that zero sugar monster. Oh, gee, honey, I forgot you don't drink that. Must have slipped my mind. I don't know. I thought the colors were cute. Listen. 14 years. He knows what brand. He knows what brand and what flavor, and that it's never zero sugar. Okay, he knows. And he knows that if he's wrong on it, or if they're out of it, to call or FaceTime and be like, which one will do? Because they're out of the kind you want. And always the answer is what, guys? Pumpkin spice. Really easy. Easy to remember because every girl likes it. Okay. Okay. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but we kind of swoon for that. That's the whole point of fall. Fall. We get pumpkin spice. Everything. Don't you know? Are you really? I know you're not that oblivious, okay? I know you're not. Okay? Because I see the things you look at, okay? So I know you're not. I know you're not oblivious. So, anyways, I will see you later for for the next one, and we'll talk about some more stuff. It'll be great. You guys have a great night. See ya. Thanks for watching.